I, 27M, and my girlfriend, 26F, have been together for 2 years. I'm a black man raised in the inner city, she's a white girl from the suburbs. We grew up different, and normally that's okay, but last week someone tried to break into my house and it started causing problems. I'm taking care of my mother now that she's getting up in age. She just had surgery on her legs and cannot walk. I need to stress this, she physically can't support herself, so I'm doing everything for her. Her bedroom is in the back of the house right next to the back door that leads to the porch. At 2 a.m. last Wednesday my mom calls me scared saying someone's trying to break into the house and she can hear them banging on the back door. My girlfriend was staying with me in my bedroom when I got the call. I jumped up, grabbed my gun and ran to the back and started yelling for whoever was there to get away because they were still banging on the door when I got there. Things got quiet, so I checked the camera on the porch and I saw them standing there. It was 3 people and one of them said, "Keep going, it doesn't matter." So I used the speaker on my camera to say, "I have a weapon, it's loaded, and if you kick that door one more time I will shoot." My girlfriend is behind me at that point screaming not to shoot them and it isn't worth it. The 3 people on the porch don't move, so I put my phone down, cock my weapon and say I'm going to count to 3. And if you aren't gone by the time I get to 3, I'm firing. As soon as I counted 1 they ran away. And my girlfriend was screaming at me that there's never a reason to threaten to shoot someone. Ever. I told her we are not having this conversation right now and we need to call the police. Yes, I should have done earlier, but I was too worried about my mother to think about it. The police get called, they come out and see shoe prints on my fence and on the back door from where they were kicking and start patrolling the area but don't find them. When the police leave my girlfriend starts yelling at me and saying she can't believe I'd be willing to shoot someone because they kicked my door. I said it isn't about the house, it's the fact that my mother is laying in bed helpless just a few feet from that door and they could have done anything. Stole things, killed her, raped her, a combination. I have no idea and I wasn't taking any chances. She says there is never a reason to hurt or kill someone, ever. Because violence isn't the answer. It just makes you like the person you're hurting. I told her the only reason she thinks violence isn't the answer is because she's never had someone try to physically harm her before. And I'm not going to apologize for what I did because I had every right to defend myself, my home, my mother, and her. She's been angry at me ever since and will barely even speak to me. I'm trying to consider her perspective, I really am, but I'm not going to give up my ability to defend myself because she doesn't believe violence will ever be necessary. AITA.
Now we move to the next story.
My 25M girlfriend, 24F, and I have been dating for about a year. I'll call her Casey here. We have lived together for 2 months. A few hours ago, Casey approached me saying that she wanted to talk about something serious. At first, I didn't know what to expect, but she wanted to share something traumatic that had happened to her before we met, and she asked if I would be willing to listen. I of course said yes, I would, if she'd be willing to share. Casey hesitated for a second, like she wasn't sure about telling me, but then gave me the full story. What happened was when she was a university student, she had a crush on a pizza guy. He worked at a small shop near her apartment, and he would often deliver to her. She wanted to ask him out, but she wasn't sure how, so she consulted her friends. Her friend group talked over it, and then one brought up the suggestion of answering the door in lingerie. The others jumped onto the idea quickly, and while Casey had doubts, they quickly convinced her to try it. They apparently even went shopping for the lingerie together. Casey put on makeup, did her hair, and ordered a pizza. When the guy came, she did exactly as her friend suggested, she opened the door in skimpy lingerie. The pizza guy initially didn't address it, but Casey, desperate, pushed the topic. She asked him, "What do you think about my outfit?" He responded, "Dude, please don't do that," and then left. At this point in the story, Casey was near tears, and she told me how embarrassed and sick she felt. I almost expected more from the story, but she was finished. I then said, You do realize that you weren't the victim, but the perpetrator, right? She literally recoiled at this comment. She elaborated by blaming everybody else, her friends for tricking her, society in general, and even the pizza guy that she sexually harassed. To this I responded that she's like those guys who touch themselves in hotels, intentionally getting the maids to walk in on them. She insisted it was completely different, and a full-blown argument ensued. She finished the argument with, "I came to you to feel better and now I feel worse," and stormed away. I don't even know. I feel so disgusted with her right now. Was I the asshole for my comments when she felt vulnerable?
Thank you for watching. Let us know what you feel about the story in the comment section. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story that could become your next favorite.